Strategies and tips for time management. Secrets to organizing yourself and ending procrastination. Focus, motivation, organization, goal setting, productivity, and success organizing your home. Written by Barrett. Narrated by Powell. Introduction. Time management is not a new term to us. In fact, most of us struggle with managing the little time that we have. We know that we all have the same amount of time in a day. We all have 24 hours in a day and 168 hours in a week. The ability to manage this time effectively, in line with your goals and objectives, will have an impact on your success. Part of the reason that time management is important is that time is an irrecoverable resource that we have. Time wasted can never be recovered. All the things that you do in your everyday life require time. Therefore, the more wisely you use your time, the more you will achieve and the happier you will be. Unfortunately, this is easier said than done. Regardless of the understanding that we have about time and time management, we still find ourselves struggling to manage the time that we have. Certainly, there are numerous duties and activities that we have to juggle to ensure that ends meet. However, at times we are lost, focusing on the unimportant. At the end of the day, our minds are filled with regrets because we wasted time. Our limited productivity, at home or at work, creates a string of unhappy events. Once you lose track of time, there is no way that you will be happy. This is because there is nothing to show for your efforts. You haven't achieved what you meant to, so there is nothing to celebrate. Time management is fundamental for good health and personal development. In one way or another, how you manage your time will have an impact on your mental well-being and inner harmony. Think about it this way. How do you feel when you know that you have everything under control? Undeniably, there is a good feeling that comes with the assurance that you are doing the right thing at the right time. On the contrary, when things are not going as you anticipated, you find that you are always stressed and depressed. Therefore, it goes without saying that proper time management will help you feel good about yourself and your efforts. It is not only good for your career, but it also helps to keep you in good health. If you have been struggling with managing your time, this is the book that will help you boost your productivity with proven and tested techniques. You will learn a lot about time management. For instance, this guide will take you through the Pareto principle of time management. This principle states that 80% of the results that you gain in your activities is contributed by only 20% of your efforts. Does this mean that you should work for fewer hours in a day? Does this tell you that you have been wasting your time all along? Without a doubt, there are a lot of questions that could be ringing in your mind about how such a principle applies. But there is truth behind it, as there are reliable studies showing that the Pareto principle applies to our everyday time management. That's not all. This manual will also help you garner a deeper understanding of the Pomodoro technique, which will help you boost your productivity. This book will open your eyes to the realization that it is indeed possible to manage your time effectively and make the most out of it. However, for this to happen, you have to express your undying desire to control time. You ought to have a burning desire that you are willing to change and focus on managing your time effectively. The power and willingness should come from within. In addition, you should be decisive. For you to manage your time well, you have to be responsible for your own decisions. And you have to develop the habit of using your time wisely. Being firm in the ways you make decisions
Sample complete. Ready to continue?